We're in Williamstown, Kentucky. It's about halfway between Lexington and Cincinnati, and we're at the Ark Encounter. And I guess you could look at this as some sort of a roadside attraction. I don't do videos like this very often, but you know, it looked unique, and definitely don't see an Ark very often. But I think it's more like a theme park. There is a lot of people here. It is not cheap to attend. The parking is more expensive than a normal museum. And but yeah, let's go check it out. I won't go see this Ark, but I'll show you what else they have here at the Ark Encounter as well.
The Ark is not right next to where you park in the parking lot, so you walk over to the ticket booth, and you can see there $64 for a adult like myself, and then you hop on a bus to take you over to the main area. The Ark was planned by a Christian organization led by Ken Ham. They announced plans for the Ark Encounter in December of 2010, aiming to build a full-size biblical Noah's Ark to support the biblical account of the flood and demonstrate that Noah could have fit 2 of every kind of animal on a 500-foot-long ark. Ark Encounter LLC bought the site in February 2012. Early financing included private donations and bonds. The city of Williamstown issued a $62 million bond secured by future park revenues. Construction was overseen by Troyer Construction Group. Amish craftsmen did much of the timber framing using traditional methods, though modern steel fasteners were required to meet building codes. Groundbreaking began in 2014, and the park opened to the public July 7, 2016. The first phase cost $100 million.
Well, it's certainly impressive from the outside. Let's go check out the Ark.
The Ark replica is built to the biblical measurements given in Genesis, approximately 510 feet long, 85 feet wide, and 51 feet high. It's recognized as one of the largest freestanding timber frame structures in the world. There's 3 levels once you get inside, and lots of exhibits about Noah, animals, biblical themes, and life inside the Ark. As you will notice as we go in, the first part is kind of to give you a realistic feel of what it would have been like inside the Ark. There's lots of different displays like this all around the Ark. So it's kind of part attraction and part museum, which I found to be pretty interesting.
Interior bulkheads. You can't imagine how secure the hull becomes.
Too much information. Bottom line, do you really believe that thing can float?
Of course. But the real challenge is not just making sure it floats, but making sure it doesn't break apart in the rough waters.
There's all kinds of different displays on the second and third floors, and this map, I guess you'd call it, timeline of the history of the world was really interesting. So much detail put in to this. There's lots of detail, obviously, in the whole Ark, but this one was really interesting to read all the tiny little details and the artwork that they put together. I thought that was pretty fascinating. There are other things to see at the Ark Encounter, and one of the main things is the zoo. It was a little chilly this day, so not all the animals were out, but they still had quite a few to check out. They also have a 1,500-seat themed restaurant, which I did eat at. It was basically a buffet-style restaurant. They have zip lines for kids. They have gift shops. They have virtual reality movies you can watch. So it was kind of a interesting overall experience at the Ark Encounter.
Zebroids.
I've read that they do have plans for more expansion, larger theater, ancient city exhibits, and other biblical displays. So it'll be interesting to come back maybe in several years to see how much bigger the park has gotten.
I didn't know what to expect, but that was pretty interesting. The Ark itself, I mean, that's incredible what they did, how they built that. It's so huge. And just the actual structure, taking out all the, religious components of this whole park, just that is pretty interesting. And I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what would be on the inside. I didn't look up anything before I came. So, I didn't know if it'd maybe just be the Ark and you'd walk around, or if they'd have stuff inside of it like they did. They had a lot of displays, a lot of education about the themes here. They went into incredible detail throughout it. So that was impressive just to walk in. All the animal noises and the flood and all that kind of stuff was pretty cool at the beginning too. They had the zoo, and I'm guessing in the summer that would have been a lot better because it's pretty cold. It's early January here. And then they had a lot of stuff for kids and family type, groups. Probably not made as much for a solo person coming to check out, the architecture of an Ark. Basically $70 to get in, plus $15 to park, But if you had a family or if you're with a group, it's probably a pretty good value compared to other theme parks you might go to. There's no roller coasters or anything like that, but still lots of things for young kids to do, and a ton of information if you're just into the history aspect of this. So I thought it was interesting. I think it just depends on who you are if this would be something that you would be wanting to check out. But I'm definitely glad I stopped by and checked out the Ark Encounter.